It's on.
What's up, Team Ubermensch? And
no, what's up with Team Ubermensch?
What's up, guys? We're Team Ubermensch, and I screwed up. And I will be doing a deck profile on MLB, which is honestly the cheapest meta deck that you can ever pay for. Because it comes with a lot of stuff. It comes with the sleeve. It comes with the sleeves. It comes with a box. It basically comes with the whole deck done. Shout out to my friend Wendell. My deck's done. I'm just missing some grade 1, so I'm borrowing his deck. We do run a little bit difference, a couple of differences, but I'll explain when we get that later. So let's go into the deck profile. So right now, deck profile started. You can run any starter. You can run Oracle. You can run the alt mile one. Doesn't matter which one, but it's your preference. This one because it's shiny. So there you go, Zavani, shiny. And basically, it's just you ride, you draw a card. That's it.
You get a quick shoot. Yeah,
and you get a quick if you go second. Grade 3s, what we're gonna go into is 3 MLBs. What does he do? He does exactly what he should do in premium, which is basically when he attacks, you put a blaster blade and a blaster dart into your soul. But this time, he gets their skills. He gains blaster blade's crit, and he gets the extra drive check like blaster dart does. So yes, you're minusing 1, but you're getting an extra drive check permanently, and you get an extra 5k permanently. So defensively, you'll always be 18k. So you're 18k body, and not only that, it's not just Vanguard, it's also rear guard. So you can call an MLB as rear, and he can he'll swing, so he can swing with an extra crit. So most people will go after that target, in case you don't have that many cards in your hand. His other skill, I always keep forgetting, is that basically when he attacks and you put 2 rear guards into yourself, which is Blaster Blade and Blaster Dart, you add 2 force markers. In this deck in particular, you only want to run Force 1. Don't run Force 2 in this deck. Why would you run Force 2? Your Vanguard already gets a crit. You call an MLB, he has a crit as rear. Like, you don't need it. And honestly, the power helps more in this deck, but if you want to run Force 2, that's on you. But you don't really need Force 2. So you play him at 4 because he's your boss. That's the only grade 3 you play. Let's go into grade 2s. This is the reason why you only play 4 grade 3s is you're running what's it called again? When Light and Darkness intersect. What does it do? On you call it to rear. If your Vanguard has, or in your Vanguard or rear guard, if you have a Blaster, Vanguard, or rear guard, you can add a Blaster Dart, a Blaster Blade, or an MLB. Why is this good? Because honestly, it's what allows you to not run that many grade 3s. And what's really good about him is that when you get letters to the grade 2s, you can actually call him for free. You can actually get this card for free. You're gonna obviously this is Majesty Lord Blaster, so you're gonna have to run 4 Blaster Blades. Like he's a deck. So what does he do? Basically, when he's called to Vanguard or rear, counter blast 1, soul blast 1, retire one of your opponent's grade 2s or higher. So he's good on that. And is it grade 2s or higher? No, that's Blaster Dart. Blaster Dart 2. This one is I retire a unit in the front row. That's it. So it's not a great. So nothing in particular about grade. I'm so used to the other Blaster Blades. And then his other skill is if you have on Vanguard circle, if you have 4 or more rear guards, he gains a crit. So if you draw the right setup, you can actually get your opponent to 3 to 4 damage on your grade 2 turn because he gets a crit. So that's really good. It's a rush. I'm gonna go for it.
But if they have no rear guards,
for Blaster Darts, you have to run the Blaster Dart from the MLB deck because this Blaster Dart actually says the text that he counts as a Royal Paladin. You don't want to get rule sharp by running the other Blaster Dart. Like make sure you run that says Royal Paladin on it. So basically, what's good about him is that when he's on Vanguard circle, basically if your opponent has no rear guards, you pitch him. You pitch a card from your hand and he gains Twin Drive. So it's pretty good. So you can start filtering cards from your hand. If you have like a lot of cards that you don't need, he helps you to just get Twin Drive.
You can rush, or you could get extra drive checks.
Exactly, and filter your hand. And his other ability is just like Blaster Blade, except your opponent uses it's Counter Blast 1, no Soul Blast, and your opponent retires one of the rear guards. So if they only have 1 rear guard on board, just call him. It's gonna get retired. And then or you can go into you ride him, call him, get rid of the rear guard, so that way you have the crit. It's up to you what you want to go into if you have both, but sometimes The other grade 2 we run is Star Call Trumpeter. I'm so glad she's not AK. I remember when she was AK, but she's so much better. So when she plays Candle Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, I get to add from my drop zone a blaster unit and this. So this card is recyclable for Candle Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and trust me, you build a lot of soul in this deck. Like, it's ridiculous. And its other skill is that if you have a Vanguard with Blaster in its name, this unit gets boost. So, you know, it's a booster for your Vanguard, and you always have a Blaster Vanguard, like 90% of the time. Unless, you know, you wrote the wrong grade 2.
Oh, you're losing that. Why are you playing again?
And then finally, the card from the Alt-Mile trial deck, the OG 10K Villain, I always forget her name, Lavrot. Honestly, he sets everything up. So basically, when he's on place from your hand, it has to be from hand. I've seen people call him, then call him, like he calls himself, and they try to use the skill. I'm like, you can't do that. So his skill is Candle Blast 1, call a grade from your hand, call a grade 2 from your deck. So, and it doesn't say, like, it says grade 2 card, so you can call this. It doesn't say, you know, unit. So it helps. It's the reason why you don't have to run so many grade 3s. And if you have no Candle Blast, instead of Candle Blasting, you can Soul Blast to pay the cost. So if you have 2 in hand on your grade 2 turn, you can literally give Blaster Blade the crit for literally nothing. So he's amazing. Run him at 4. Grade 1 options. So your grade 2 options is basically staple. Grade 1s, we're gonna run 4 Wingo no, 3 Wingo Braves. No, 4 Wingo Braves. Why do we run 4 Wingo Braves? Because honestly, he's the best grade 1 in this deck. On Vanguard or Rearguard, when he hits, or when he's boosted, or when he just hits himself, check top 7 and add a blaster unit. So you're more than likely gonna add MLB, or you're gonna get your pieces. So he's really good. Run him at 4. I'm glad that he still does what he does. Basically on hit, he gets you a unit. Another 4 grade 1. It's gonna be Night Squire Alan. You could run Marin, but he does his job better. Reason for that is basically when plays Candle Blast 1, call up to 1 card from grade 1 or less or equal to your Vanguard. So basically you can just call anything, and he gains 3k power, so he's an 11k booster, and you draw a card. So if you already know you're gonna call like a Blaster Blade, you just call Blaster Blade and you get an extra card. So it rewards you for that. And then finally, 2 Blaster Javelins. Why do you run him? Because literally Wingo Brave searches for him. It's a 10k booster, it's a 10k shield guard that you can always get it back with Star Call Trumpeter. And it's a 10k booster, it's a 10k shield, it's really good. Just run it at 2. You don't want it anywhere else except behind the Vanguard. That's it. If you call it. It does have another skill if you have 6 units with blasters in their name, 6 different units with blasters in their name, but you don't have enough blasters. You could run that other grade 1, but there's no reason to run him. But he does bind a card when he boosts if you have 6 blasters, but that's not gonna happen. Trigger lineup is gonna be my friend Wendell. He runs 5 draws. I understand his reasoning. He feels the deck doesn't, like, yes, you get an extra drive check, but at the same time, it doesn't maintain like a lot of hand. There's no real plussing, which I understand in that area. I prefer running just the standard 8 crits, 4 draws, but you can run more draws. It's up to you, just however you feel. 7 crits and 4 heals.
8 crits, 3 heals. There's a volume.
No. You need your 4 heals. This is 20k shield. This is really good.
15k shield.
No. We sometimes need that, and sometimes we need to survive. All right, guys. And then honorable mention for grade 1 lineup. You could run Sisyphus, the grade 1, the grade 3 searcher. Why do I not run him? Because honestly, you don't need him. You only run literally 4 grade 3s. So whenever you call him, you're gonna whiff. And basically, like I said, Blaster, Javelin. Master Javelin, you keep bouncing him back to hand. And honestly, you don't Candle Blast that much in this deck. So when you go into Alan, like, you get a free card. So, well, not you get a free card. So You could run Javelin in case you want another blaster unit, but not Javelin. Other grade 1 blaster. I forgot his name, but he's bad, so don't run him. But that's the deck. It's very cheap. You can literally make this deck under $90, maybe even cheaper if you choose to go the common route. So $40.
Don't say common route, Ryan. You feel bad. Not everyone has money, Ryan.
The common route. You go to
Alright, like, subscribe, share, the good shit.
Thank you, Wendell.